Hey guys, Kristen here. I want to talk about how to have the hard conversations with your partner. This really follows on to yesterday's video about the fact that a strong relationship begins with good communication. So now I want to specifically talk about how to have those hard conversations. I think it's best to just kind of lead with an example on this one. So I've experienced this. I know many of you have experienced this as well, where either your partner or someone you're very close to has some doubts around what's happening with you. Maybe it's as extreme as they don't really believe that you're as ill as you say you are. Or maybe they're not convinced that it's all physical. Maybe they believe that there is some sort of mental aspect or laziness that is coming up in some way. Or maybe they just cannot understand how bad things really are for you. Maybe they just cannot comprehend how bad things actually are. Whatever the doubt, honestly, it is natural and healthy for them to experience some doubt because they have never experienced this. So therefore, they cannot understand what you're going through. I mean, to frame this, I would ask you, how would you tell your former healthy self what this is like? What words could you use to tell your previous self what life is like right now? Can you find those words to accurately convey everything, the emotional distress, the extreme fatigue, the brain fog? How do you convey those in words? Most people haven't found, I don't know anyone who's found a way to do that. So if you do, I'd actually love to talk to you. I'd love to hear how you do it. But for those of us who don't have those words, we need to do the best we can to convey that to our partner. But if they still don't fully grasp it, it's not about hitting them over the head with our experiences more. It's actually about listening to them and listening to what their doubt is and having a conversation with them and trying to meet them where they're at. This is difficult. This is relationships. It is absolutely hard to do. But as much as we want them to listen to us and to hear us and understand us, they too want to be listened to and understood. So what I've found helps is asking them, well, what are you skeptical about? What are you afraid of? What do you think is really happening here? And this can be really hard, but then we need to really just open ourselves up to whatever they have to say, to really work on not expressing any anger or disappointment or taking it too personally when they describe what's going on. We really need to put ourselves in the frame of mind of they are trying to understand something that they can't. Therefore, this is really hard. So let's get to the bottom of it. If your significant other is really doubting how bad things are for you, it's not about hitting them over the head with what your experience is like because they really can't understand. It's about listening to them and asking them why they don't believe you when you say certain things. You could ask them, like, when I tell you that I can't move my body without feeling bone deep tired, without getting short of breath, why does that seem impossible to you? And see what they say. And then based on their response, like, go deeper into their questioning. All right. Allow them to question, allow them to challenge you because you know that what you're feeling is real. So the hard part here is not getting defensive. The hard part is staying focused on coming to a resolution, coming to a mutual understanding. As much as we want relationships to be about support no matter what, I think there can be an aspect of that in relationships. When it comes to something like severe chronic fatigue, I think you need to build support based on mutual understanding. So you need to listen to one another and talk until you come to the same place. And sometimes you don't come to the same place. Sometimes it drives a wedge in between things. And sometimes it highlights problems in the relationship. And sometimes these conversations lead to relationships ending. But if that's what's best for you both, then it's a good place to be. It's happened to me. And I've been grateful that I moved through those relationships instead of sticking with them. But the only way I knew what to do is by having these deep, hard conversations. If you found this a useful tip on how to live with severe chronic fatigue, then it would mean the world to me if you'd share my videos with someone that they could help. Whether that's a friend you know or a group that you're a part of, please help me get the word out there. And as always, you can also subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post here just about daily. Sending you love and health, I'm Kristen.